In this video, I'd like to introduce aldehyde nomenclature. After watching the video, you should be able to provide IUPAC accepted names for aldehydes. This is going to include knowing the priority of various functional groups so that you know whether to name the aldehyde as a prefix when it's a lower priority functional group or as a suffix when it's a higher priority functional group. You should also be able to draw the structures of formaldehyde, acetaldehyde, and benzaldehyde, or give the name if provided the structures. I thought it might be handy to have the order of precedence of functional groups for the purposes of nomenclature, so I've included that document here. And what I want to point out is that the aldehydes are kind of in the middle of the pack. They're lower in priority than most of the carbonyl-containing functional groups. They are higher in priority than ketones, and they're higher in priority than the other functional groups we've seen so far: alcohols, thiols, amines, and all the hydrocarbons. So let's take a look at the nomenclature of an aldehyde that also contains an alcohol. We will start by numbering the backbone to find the longest continuous carbon chain, numbering from the highest priority functional group, which is, in this case, is the aldehyde, giving it the lowest possible number. I'm going to have pent as the root because it's a 5-carbon chain. I'm going to have hydroxy as part of the name because there's an alcohol prefix, and the full name is going to be 5-hydroxy pentanal. So looking at the parts of the name, the ANAL is the suffix, the pent is the root, and the lower priority functional group is named as a prefix. Aldehydes have to be present on carbon 1, so there's no need to put a number in for the aldehyde because it is by definition at the end of the chain. If an aldehyde is bonded directly to a ring, it's named as a carbaldehyde. This one is cyclohexane carbaldehyde. Hopefully you can see from the name that hex is going to contain 6 carbons and the carb contains 1, so a cyclohexane carbaldehyde is going to have 7 carbons present in the molecule. There are a number of compounds that you should know their common names. Formaldehyde is one of those. Form tells you that it's a 1-carbon substituent, or a 1-carbon molecule, so this is formaldehyde. Acetaldehyde has 2 carbons present. And that ACET prefix is commonly present in things like acetone or acetyl-CoA or acetic acid. So you'll often see that as a 2-carbon fragment that has the CH3 C double bond O. One more common name that I'd like you to know is for the compound benzaldehyde. So in this video, we've had a very short introduction to aldehyde nomenclature and talked about a few examples in which the aldehyde is the highest priority functional group.